Hello, everyone. Okay, right. I think we're going to start. So please let me introduce myself first of all. My name is Samantha Mooney, and I'm an educational consultant and looking after Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain. And I'd just like to say to everybody a good afternoon and a warm welcome to you all. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon at Qubits Learning. Today, we're going to be in this exciting webinar. We are going to be hosting, we will be looking at beyond the classroom, okay? And adapting to online and hybrid environment that we are sometimes finding ourselves in. We can, at times, feel a little bit overwhelming, okay? I understand that. So, with that said, we will be exploring how here at Qubits, Learning empowers teachers to seamlessly make this transition, whether you are starting with digital tools or looking to enhance your current teaching approach. This webinar will give you the practical insights. Real examples that you can start using right now. Qubits is a global leader in school-level computer science and AI intelligence. We deliver scalable standards and aligned solutions that prepare our students for success in this technology-driven world that we are now in. On that note, I would like to hand you over and like to introduce you to our head of implementation here at Qubits, Mr. Sharjas Ashraf. Sharjas comes from an engineering background of electronics and communication and is a passionate educator with over 12 years of experience in computer science and AI education. Sharjas has worked with many schools and delivered comprehensive computer science and STEM curricula and trained over 5,000 teachers across multiple countries. So please welcome Mr. Sharjas.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. So let me share my screen first. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Yeah. So today we are going to look at how you can manage your teaching from content to assignments, assignment to evaluation more efficiently using Qubits. So I would like to start this session with a poll question. So you will receive a poll question in your window now. So when teaching coding or digital lessons, which part makes the most or takes the most effort? Like there are some options given there, like finding and preparing resources, managing how to give assignments, tracking student submissions, evaluating and giving feedback. So you can just give your thoughts here. You can select any of the options. So based on the part that takes most effort while you're working with the coding or digital lessons.
Sharjas, sorry. Can I just say to everybody, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. Sorry, Sharjas, for interrupting. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, I hope you're giving your answers in the poll question. So let's take some time for that. Okay, so the results are shown here. Okay, finding and preparing the resources, that is the one which is taking most effort. Okay, I can understand that. So there are actually, if you look at all these options, what we usually see is this: teachers are managing too many things at once. So different tools for content, assignments, and evaluation, and also student work coming from different places, and a lot of time going into organizing and checking. So these are the different challenges that we face. So one or the other, there are so many challenges that we are facing when it comes to something related to coding or digital learning. Okay. So Qubits, it is designed to bring all of this into one platform. So student content, teacher resources, assignments, progress tracking, evaluation, coding IDs, grade books, and reports. So instead of switching between tools, everything you need is available in one place. Okay, so without wasting our time, I'm going to log into Qubits platform as a teacher. Then we can explore more about it. Okay. Okay, I hope all of you can see my screen, which is the Qubits platform dashboard. Now I have logged in as a teacher. Okay, let me. Okay, so I have logged in as a teacher, and so let me start with the dashboard. So once you log in, this is the first thing that you will see. And you can see there are a lot of information over here. So starting from this section, you can see a quick overview about your account with your name, then the date and the total number of students assigned to your account. And there's a small section which says about like a code of the day. And we can go to the main navigation bar here. So in this main navigation bar, you can see home, then courses tab, my projects, and reports. So starting from the home, as you already know, we are in the home page now, and then going to the courses. Okay, the courses tab will give you access to the course content, and then we have my projects. So in this area, you can create your own projects and save it online to your accounts. And then finally, the reports will give you different reports based on different analysis. So these are the different major parts of the platform. Then coming down, you can see here we have assignments, progress, engagement, and performance. So when it comes to the first tab, which is assignments, if you click here, you'll be able to see the list of all the assignments assigned by you as a teacher. Then we have the progress bar to understand the progression of the student, where they have reached. Then we have engagement time to understand how your students are active in the platform. Then we have the performance to know their score, how your students are scoring in the challenges and the quizzes that you are assigning from through the platform. So this is a quick overview about the dashboard. So now coming to the teacher point of view. So when it comes to a teacher, the basic thing what you should do is that you need to access the courses, and then you need to deliver the lessons to the students, right? So let's think in a teacher's perspective, and let's see how a teacher can use this platform efficiently. Okay, so as a teacher, the first thing what you have to do is you need to go to the course which you are teaching based on the grade level. So I'll select one of the courses, let's say grade 6 course, which is Digi Pro. So once you log in and open any course page, this is what you will see. This is the entire course page, and it has a course summary over here. And then you can see different tabs over here. And let's start with the first tab, which is syllabus. Okay, let's discuss all these in like later. So first we'll go into the syllabus, and then we'll see what we have in this tab. Okay, So our course is divided into units and lessons, as most of you already know about that, but still I'm just explaining, giving an over idea about it. So the course is completely divided into different units and lessons. So you can see the unit names over here. Okay, if you want to understand how many units are there, or if you want to plan your lessons based on that, you can check how many units will be there from here. And then if you click on this unit name, you will be able to see how many lessons are inside this unit. Okay, so each unit is divided into different lessons. And if you go inside a lesson, if you just click on this lesson name, you will be able to see what are the topics that we have in our unit or in this particular lesson. And then you can also see the challenges. Okay, so in our curriculum, as I said, it is divided, or a course is divided into different units. Then a unit is divided into different lessons. And after every lesson, you can find challenges. All these are project-based challenges. So the students will have to do a project based on the concept that they are learning from in this lesson. And you, as a teacher, you can assign these challenges, and the students can do this and submit through the platform. Okay, I'll explain that in detail. Then after every unit, okay, not only these challenges, after every unit you can find another assessment, which are called quizzes. And all these quizzes are like with the questions like MCQ, true or false, match the following, fill in the blanks. All these different type of questions will be there, and all these quizzes are auto evaluated by the platform. Okay, so these are the different assessments that we are providing after every lesson and after every quiz. All right, then now I would like to show you some more things. Okay, before moving to the next step, I have another poll question for you. Okay, if you will get a poll question now there. Yeah. So I hope all of you received the poll question, so you can answer this one. So my question is, if lesson content and teacher resources are ready in one place, what impact would it have? That is my question. So you can answer it. Okay, so I'm talking about the student content and the teacher resources. Okay, so you can just give me your thoughts on this. If we make it all together in one platform, or if we make it all together in one window, will it be more beneficial, or will it make your work less? Or that is what I would like to know, because I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. Okay. Yeah, I can also see some answers in the chat. Teachers will be prepared. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So now we have the answers here on the screen. So let's look at the responses here. Okay. Saving preparation time, improve teaching confidence, make lessons more structured. Actually, everything is correct, right? If you look at your responses, most of us are looking for ways to save time, stay organized, and deliver lessons more effectively. And this is exactly where Qubits help. Okay. Now I'll tell you why. Okay. That is, we are providing everything here in this one platform. You just have to come here and then get access to everything. Okay, so starting from like, I'm going back to the teacher perspective. So as a teacher, when you are teaching, And first, going through the overview, like, or the syllabus, the next step, you need to know what you will be teaching as a teacher to the students. Okay, so if you want to see the student version textbook, you can see there is an icon here, student view. You can click on that one. Okay, then you will be able to see the textbook content over here. So we have everything. Okay, we have everything, including the videos, then the step-by-step instructions, everything given here. And the pedagogy, or the lesson, how the lesson is structured, is that we have, first we have an inspire section, then we have engage and practice, and then we have the challenges. That's how a lesson is designed. So in the inspire section, we are explaining what you will be learning in this lesson, and with a real life scenario. Okay, with an example from the real life. And then we explain what concept you will be learning in this lesson. And then for all everything, whatever concept they are learning, for everything there will be a project, as we are following a project based learning. And for all these projects, you will find the tutorial videos here in the platform, which is embedded to the platform. You can directly play the videos and watch the videos from here. So all the videos are given here with the step-by-step instructions. And major feature is that if you click on this launch Scratch button, you can see this is the Scratch platform. As you are teaching a Scratch lesson, the Scratch window is open on the right side, and on the left side you can navigate through the textbook content. Okay, you can go through the textbook, and then you can do the project on the right side. I'm showing as a I'm from the teacher's account, I'm showing the student view. So while teaching, you can use this approach, or you can ask the students to you do the lessons like this from their end, because this is the same view that the students will be getting. I'll show you that. Okay, I'll show you once we finish with the resources. Okay, so this is the this is the overall idea about the lesson. Okay, this is how the students will see the textbook, and this is the actual student textbook. Okay, this is how you can access it. Now, for preparing your lessons, you will require more information, right? So first of all, teacher guide. So as I said, we are providing different teacher resources, such as teacher guide, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, pacing guide, yearly planner. We are providing all the relevant teacher resources. So if you click on this lesson name, you can see that it shows preview teacher guide. So you can click on this one, and then you will be able to see the teacher guide, which has all the extra information required for a teacher, which is not there in the normal textbook. Okay, so we have added lesson wise learning objectives here, and the setup and resources required, then the troubleshooting tips, and all the video QR codes and links are available here, so that if you want to share it separately, you can share the video separately with the students. And also the solution to all the activities and the challenges are given here. Okay, so you can go through the teacher guide to find out the solution to the challenges, and if there are any activities throughout the lesson or in between the lesson, you can find the activity solution also from this teacher guide. Now, coming back to the course page, and let's see what is the next teacher resource, that is the lesson plan. So if you click on this icon, you will be able to see the lesson plan over here. So if you scroll down, you can see it is actually generalized format, that is, we have included all the relevant information required for preparing a lesson plan. And you can download this. There is a download button. You can download this and edit it based on the format that you are following. Okay, so this is downloadable and then editable. Okay, so that is the lesson plan. Then we have PPT for every lesson. For each and every lesson, we are providing the PowerPoint presentation, so you can navigate from directly from here also, or you can also download it, and then you can edit it based on your plan, or based on what you will be teaching. If you want to remove some slides, you can remove, or if you want to add some slides, you can add, or if you want to change or modify some content of these PPT slides, you can do that. Everything is editable once you download it. Then we have the student view. Lesson wise student view is also available. Then the other teacher resource that we are providing is the pacing guide. So if you click on this pacing guide, you will be able to see the time required for each lesson. Okay, so if you want to understand how much time or how long will it take for completing this lesson or this unit, you can just come to this pacing guide and you will be able to find out the time required for each and every lesson from here, and the exercise time required and the capstone project time required. Everything will be available here in this pacing guide. This is also editable. If you want to do some changes, you can download it and then you can do the changes. Then moving to the next one, which is yearly planner. So if you click on this yearly planner, you will be able to find out the entire plan for your course. So you can get all the relevant information from this document, and you can also plan your lessons based on this Excel sheet. This is also downloadable. You can download and then you can change the plan accordingly based on your requirement. Then coming to the scope and sequence. So we are providing the entire Qubits curriculum scope and sequence here. So how this is useful is that, let's say I am a grade 4 teacher and I want to know what they are learning in grade 3. So if you want to know like that, you can just come here in the scope and sequence and then you will be able to find it from here. Okay, so all the course details are given here. If you want to know for any other grade levels, you can just open the scope and sequence and then you will be able to find it from here. Okay, so that's the teacher resource. These are the different teacher resources that we are providing. So I'll just brief it once again. First one, the teacher guide, you can access it from here. Then you can access the lesson plan. Then you can access the PowerPoint presentation, pacing guide, yearly planner, and scope and sequence. Other than all these things, if you want to access the student view, you can click on the student view button and then you will be able to access the student content from here. Okay. All right. So this is the first part of using the platform by a teacher. That is, first you can open the course and then you can get prepared by yourself by accessing all these teacher resources. Then you can prepare your lesson. You can be prepared for the lesson, and then how to deliver the lesson. As I said before, if you want to like if you want to take the lesson using the platform, either you can use the student view or you can directly use the PPT which we are providing from here. So, or if you're using the platform, you can open the course student view content from here, and then you can also do it along with your students. So you, for example, if you're teaching this lesson, you can ask them what is a costume. You can then they might have learned from the previous grade level, so you can ask what is a costume, what do they know about costume. You can ask all these things about costume, and you can explain what is a costume actually from here. This is in the engage and practice section, we are explaining that one. Then we have the video, so you can play the video and you can tell them this is the project that you will be doing in this lesson. That is what we are explaining in this video. Then we have tutorial video here, but if you as a while you teach, you don't have to show this in the beginning. Instead, you can ask them to click on this launch scratch button, and then you can ask them to go through the step-by-step instructions here to do the project which we have shown in the video. Okay, so for example, if they want to get the switch costume block, go to this looks and drag this one here, and they can change the costume. Everything they can do it directly over here, okay, by following the step-by-step instructions. So this is how you can teach or deliver a lesson using the student view. Or if you're following the PPT, then you can follow the slides, and then once you finish with that, you can come to the Scratch platform and do the project along with the students. Okay, so that's how you will deliver a lesson. Next part, assessment. Once you finish a lesson, what is next? Okay, that is what I'm going to discuss now. So once you finish a lesson, the next part is assigning the challenges. So as I said, after every lesson, we have project-based challenges, and after every unit, we have the normal question type quizzes available. Okay, so let's see how you can assign these challenges to the students. Okay, I would like to add one point here, that is, you after every lesson you will find at least 2-3 challenges, and these challenges are arranged based on the difficulty level. The first challenge will be easy, and the second one will be slightly hard, and the third one will be hard. So we have arranged all the challenges based on the difficulty level. So if you want to do differentiation in your class. Let's say you want to assign the first challenge only for slow learners, you can do that. Or if you want to assign the third challenge only for the gifted students, you can do that. All these things you can do from the Qubits platform itself. So let's see how you can assign this challenge to all the students. Okay, so you can click on this assign button and then you can read the question. So this is what the students are supposed to do. This is the question here, and you can click on this assign button, and it will show all the sections that you are teaching in this grade level here. Then you can select the students. Like for example, if you want to assign this challenge to all the students, you can select all the students from here. Then you can select a start date, and then you can select an end date, and after that you can click save. Okay, so now you have successfully assigned this challenge to all of your students. All right, so the first part from the teacher side is done. Next, the students, they have to go to the Qubits platform and then they have to submit this challenge or this assignment. So that is what we are going to discuss now. So let me share my okay, I'll do one thing. I will log in as a student and then I'll share the screen. Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just log out here and then log in again from here. Okay, now I have logged in as a student. Then if I scroll down, okay, before going to that, okay. So we have a dashboard here for the students also. So like the teachers, they can also, the students can also see their individual assignment status, progress, engagement, performance, and they can also navigate to the platform sections from here. So first of all, as a student, if they are logging in and if they want to access the course content, like the same way how we did from the teacher's account, they can also go to the course as per their grade level. That course will be available there. And then if you scroll down, you will be able to see the syllabus here. So if they click on this unit name, the course content will be directly open here, and they can also go through the course content, and there will be launch scratch button. They can launch a scratch and then start do the projects directly here. If it is Python, they will have the Python ID directly right below over here. And if they are using or like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whatever the coding platform, all the coding platforms will be directly available here itself, so that they can practice the project from the same window. They don't have to go to any other website or any other tool or navigating between the tabs. Nothing like that. They can do everything from the same window. That's how the students will practice the project from here. Then as like for us submitting the assignments, okay, actually the easiest way to submit an assignment, now from the teacher's account we have assigned an assignment for this particular student, and what they have to do is they just have to log in and just scroll down in the assignment status itself. They can see all the challenges assigned by the teacher. Okay, so you can see here, this is the assignment name that which we just assigned. So they can click on the start button and they will be able to see the question here, and the scratch challenge, I mean scratch ID will be available right below, so they can do the project. Okay, so for example, I'll just do this one. Click start. Now you can see the program is working. And once you finish the program, if they have any comments or explanation to the teacher, they can type the explanation or the comments here. And you have two options as a student. Either you can save your work or you can submit your work to the teacher. So this saving option will be beneficial when, for example, you are assigning this challenge for the students to do in the classroom, and once, let's say, the 40 minutes is over and they couldn't finish it on time. So what they can do is they can save their work, and then they can go back home and complete the work whenever they are free. And once they are done with their work, they can click on the submit button. Now the challenge is submitted. Okay, so this is how the students can submit the challenge. So I'll repeat the steps once again quickly. They just have to log in, then just scroll down. They will find the challenge over here, click on the start button, and then do the project there itself and either save or submit it. Okay, so this is how the students can submit their work through Qubits platform. So the next step, okay, the next step is the teacher. Okay, as a teacher, you have to evaluate these challenges. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show now. So for evaluating these challenges, you need to go to the same course. Okay, I'll open the same course from here. Then if you go to this challenges tab, okay, so then let's go to the challenges tab, and you can see the list of all the challenges assigned by you here. And if you click on the challenge name, then you will be able to see the list of all the students in your class, and you can see the status here. You can see it is submitted. The student has submitted their work. So you can click on the student name, then you will be able to see the question, the challenge question, and you can see the work over here. You can test it directly from here. Then you can give the marks. Okay, so for example, if you want to give the marks out of 100, you can give like 70 or 80, whatever it is. And you can also give them the feedback. Okay, you can give them an detailed feedback on their project, and you can click save. Or if you're not completely satisfied with their work, you can allow them to resubmit so that they can submit the project once again. Okay, so that's how you will evaluate their projects. So as a teacher, what you have to do is you need to go to the course, then go to the challenges tab, and you can find out the challenge from here. That is, you will be able to see the list of all the challenges that you have assigned in this course. You can open the challenge from here, then you can select the students, and then you can go through their projects one by one from here. That's how you will evaluate the work. Okay, so I would like to clarify one thing here. When you are assigning these kind of challenges to the students, maybe some of you are already doing this with Teams or Google Classroom or any other learning management system, that you send them the assignments as text or some other files, and they will go to Scratch or different Python IDEs like or Java IDE, anything, and they will do the project, then download it and come back to Teams and then upload the file there. And then you, as a teacher, you will download it. You will go to the Scratch IDE or Python IDE or anything, and then upload it back and test it. Test it, and then you grade it. All these work, we made it easier. Okay, we changed everything to one like in one page. Okay, so you can, as a teacher, you can just go to the challenges tab, check the go to click on the student name, and then just evaluate all the challenges one by one. That is what we have added here. Okay, so this is the entire workflow of challenge. I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay, then I would like to show you one more thing, that are quizzes. Okay, as I said, after every unit we have quizzes also. Okay, so these challenges are there after every lessons. If you want to see the challenges, you need to click on this drop down arrow, and then you need to click on this drop down arrow of the lesson. Then you will be able to see the challenges. But the quizzes you will find at the end of every unit. Okay, so if you click on this assign button, you can go through the quiz. What is this quiz? What are the questions? And if you want to see the answer options, you can click on this answer option and find out which are the answer options, and then click on this assign button. You can assign the quiz to all the students and set a start date and end date, then click save. Okay, same like how we assign the challenges. Okay, so after assigning this quiz, so let's go to the student account once again and see how they can submit this one. Okay, I'll just quickly go there. So as a student, I just want to submit the quiz which is assigned by my teacher. So I logged in to my student account, then scroll down, and you can see the quiz is available here in the home page itself. So I can click on the start button. Then there is a start quiz option. So click on the start quiz and you will be able to see the question here as a student. So you can click on the options and then go next. So you can select the correct answer, go next. So I'll just answer it quickly. Okay, so once in the last, at the end of the quiz, there will be a submit button. You can click, as a student, you can click on that one, then click the confirm. Then you will be able to see the, as I said, these quizzes are auto evaluated. Like challenges, you don't, as a teacher, you don't have to evaluate them. It will be auto evaluated by the platform. You can see the total score is 6 out of 13 and how many correct answers, the wrong answers unanswered, everything will be displayed over here. So this is how the students will be submitting their assignments in the form of challenges and quizzes. Okay, so there is one more thing I would like to quickly show you. That is, I had mentioned that if you are assigning a Python challenge, they will have the Python ID, they will have the HTML, CSS, JavaScript editor right below the question. So I have prepared some challenges here. So for example, this is related to, this is a Python challenge. So the question is here and the Python ID is right below for the students. So they can directly do the Python program here in the same page. And I will open another one. Yeah, this is a PowerPoint presentation. So they can upload the PowerPoint presentation directly here and then they can submit it to the teacher. Then we have this one. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So if you're assigning this tag, you can see we have the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript IDE right here. So they can do the project here itself and test the program, and then they can submit it to the teacher. Okay, so these are the different submissions that we are providing in the challenge section. Okay. Yeah. So that's how you can assign the challenges and then you can you can evaluate the challenges for of the students or the assignments, any kind of assignments, like even if it is a quiz or the project based challenges, anything you can assign it through the platform and then you can go to the course and go to the specific tab and evaluate them. So this is the entire process of it. So before moving to the next part, I have a poll question for you. So you can answer this question. Okay. So now you have seen how we are managing all the different coding languages and how you can submit all these different types of projects in one platform. So based on this one, you can answer this poll question. So I would like to know what is the biggest drawback of managing student work through multiple platforms, because I know that it's very difficult in managing all the different coding projects and even the ICT kind of projects, everything, it is difficult to manage with multiple platforms. For Python, you have to use a different IDE. For Java, you need to use a different IDE. Then Scratch, it is completely different. So I know that it's very difficult. So I would like to know your thoughts on this one. Okay, I think we can go to the responses now. Yeah, increased workload, difficulty in tracking submissions. Yes. So actually, if you look at all these points, we have resolved everything. So everything in one platform, then you can track the submissions. You can there is no delay in giving the feedback, so you can directly give the feedbacks through the Qubits platform itself. Lack of consistency. Yes, actually, that is also resolved in our platform. Everything is consistent. You will be able to submit all type of challenges, everything through Qubits platform itself. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for your responses. So let's move to the next part, which is one of my favorite features in our platform currently. That is my projects. Okay. So currently we were discussing about specific challenges and specific quizzes in our platform that you can assign to the students, and then they will submit it, and then you evaluate, right? But we are also giving you an option which is my projects. Okay, so from the teacher's account, from the teacher's account, you can see here, if you go to this my project section and then click on this create new project, you will be able to see all the major coding IDs here, like Python, web editor, block based Python coding, JavaScript, Scratch Junior, everything is available here. So let's try with a Python program. Okay, so if you click on this Python, and you can see the Python IDs directly available here, and then you can do the programs. Okay, so if I type this program and then run it, you can see the output on the right side. And the major feature here is that we have all, like, we will save all these project auto saved in your account. Okay, online, it will be saved online. So whenever you need it, you can log into your account, you can come to this my projects, and it will be saved forever. So you can if you go to the my projects, you can see the list of all the programs that you have saved here. So if you click on this, let's say if you click on this one, you can continue working on it. If you want to rename your project, you can rename and then save it here. Okay, so that's how the my projects are working. And this my project section is available for both teachers and students, and you can also share the projects between each other. I will show you that. Before that, you can see, as I said, all these coding platforms are available for all the teachers and all the students. Let's say even for a grade 1 student, they will have access to Python, web editor, BlockPy, and everything. So for we are not limiting any students based on, yeah, like for example, if you want to prepare a project for your school competition or for an event, you can use this my project area and then create those projects here, because it will be saved here and you can use it whenever you need. And we can do a lot of things here. For example, I have created a Python data analysis program here. So we can upload the CSV data, and then if you run the program, you can generate graphs. Okay, so data analysis, AI, all these kind of projects can be done with these kind of IDs here. Okay, so you can see here the graph is generated. So these kind of programs you can do. And we have also another feature called debugging. Okay, let's say if you want to if there is a syntax error, okay, let's say, or any kind of error, it will give you a detailed explanation of the error. Okay, it will not just say that there is an error at line 7. It's not like that. You can see here we are giving a proper explanation of the error, what might have happened. So if it is a name error or logic error, whatever it is, it will show you that. Okay, then we have an option here, debugger. So in this one, the option will help you in explaining the project line by line. For example, you can see here we are assigning three variables, and then we are doing some calculations here, then we are displaying the message, and we are checking some condition over here. Okay, so if you want to explain this program to your students, you can do that like here using the debugger. So let's do it line by line. The first one, name equal to equals Ali, it's a string. So what will happen if you execute that? So here the name variable is stored with this value, which is Ali. And then when the second line is executed, the score variable is stored with 8. Then the third one, which is bonus, is 2 now, and the total variable, that is score plus bonus, now the total variable has the value which is 10. Then we have this message, so the message is also executed, and this message variable has this value now. Then it will get printed. That is what happened here. After that, we are checking the condition. If total is greater than or equal to 10, so you can go forward. So nothing is happening, then it is printing excellent, okay, based on the condition which is happened, and the program terminated. That's it. So if you want to show the line by line execution like this, you can use this one. And there are a lot of things available. Uh, as I said, there is one more thing, that is sharing the projects. Okay, as a teacher, now I would like to create a project and then share it with my students. So I created this project, so I'll rename it. I can rename the project to, let's say, lesson 1 project. Okay, then I can share this project with my students. Okay, so that you can click on the share button, and then you can select all the students, then click on the share button, and now this project has been shared with all your students, so they can open the project, take a copy of the project, and rework on it. Okay, other than that, the same way students can also create the project, and they can also share with the same, like following the same steps. So once they share the projects with you, you can come to this shared with you, then all the projects will be displayed over here. Then you can also filter it by the classes or sections, then the project type. All these filter options are also available. Then you will be able to see the list of all the projects here. Okay, so that's how you can use the My Project section. I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay, so let's move to the next part of the session, that is, yeah. So now we have seen whatever features, the major features in our platform. So not only these features, we have some new features adding up in our platform. So I would like to quickly show you that also. Okay, so the first one is the admin dashboard. Okay, so we are introducing the admin dashboard, which will give the school leaders or the authorities a clear overview about the platform usage, the teacher activity, then the student usage. Then you can control the rostering, adding students, then removing students, change the section, move the section, everything you'll be able to do it through this admin dashboard. Then we are also introducing a new design for lower grade students. Okay. That is Qubits Junior. So this is specially designed for the lower grade students with interactive activities, and with a simplified version of the platform. So it will be more engaging and interactive for the lower grade students. Then we are launching a new AI IDE, which is we are planning to build projects with AI using our platform itself. So you will have all the options like training the machine, then doing natural language processing, text classification, image classification. All these things you'll be able to do from this AI IDE itself. And we are also launching the pseudocode language support. Then that is like the Python, JavaScript, all these IDEs, we are adding the pseudocode ID also. That is something coming up. Then we are also adding the new feature, which is course creation and customization. That is now, as most of you already know, that we can edit the we can edit the course content. Like you, as a teacher, you can edit the course content. You can add your own content. You can add your own challenges. You can add your own quizzes. Everything you will be able to do. But if you want to add or create a new course, and then let's say, for example, if you are teaching grades 5 and you want to add some topics from grade 4 as a prerequisite knowledge, you can do that. You will be able to do it when this feature is available. Then we are also launching a new course view. Okay, I will actually show the live version of it. So if you open any course from here, this is how the courses will be. Okay, so if you open any course, so we are changing it to a horizontal view. So you can see all the engagement section, and then there will be more and more simulation. We are adding 1,000+ simulation to our platform. So students can do the activities right here. Then if you go next, the video will be there in one window, and then you can go to the next topic. So topic wise, we have all the new a new, new course view is added like this in a horizontal manner. Okay, and another major feature that we are adding is the live session. So in this live session, you will be able to create a live session with your students, and you can monitor your the student work by as a teacher. Okay, so I'll do one thing. Let me log in as a teacher. Okay, then if you click on this live session, and you can create a new session. Okay, let's say for example, if you are creating a, like doing a Python project. Okay, so let's make it Python session 2. Then you can select the Python ID from here, and if you want to have add some instructions to the students, you can add that. Or if you want to give a starter code, you can do that. So let's start the session. So once you create the session, you can click this create button, and then you can select for which all sections. So all the sections that you will be teaching will be available here. So you can select for which all sections and for which all students you want to do this live session. So you can select that one, then send them the invite. You can see the session started, not started yet, but it is created. So as a teacher, you can start the live session here. Okay, and you can see this is the live session now, and this, you can see the list of all the students over here. So now I request my colleagues to join as students here, so that, yeah, now they have joined. You can see there is one student active. So if you click on the student name, you can see that student here. They will be doing the project here. So you can watch it real time what they are doing. So if they are typing a code, you will be able to see from here. Or then you can also run the program and see what is happening. So you can see now the student is working on this project. Okay, so as a teacher, you can go to all the students one by one from here, and then see what they are doing. Okay, so you can see the student working on this project. Okay, and as a teacher, you can run the program and see the output, what is happening. So there is a syntax error and everything. And if you want to communicate with the students, you can click on this chat button, and then you can click on the student name, and you can give the, like, for example, if you want to give them like correct the syntax, you can give them the message here. Okay, so they can also reply it to you. So please keep a note that this chat is only between the student and the teacher. The students cannot chat each other. It is only between the students will have only the option with to chat with the teacher. They cannot chat between themselves. Okay, so that's the chat option. And then there is a raise hand option also, so you can see who raised the hand, and so you can go there and see what they have done. So all these things can be done using this live session. Okay, now once you finish the live session, you can end the session. You can click on this end button. and you can make it as like mark as completed, or if you want to continue later, you can do that also. So I'll make it as mark as completed. Then the major thing is that if you can come back here and you can see what they have done like a video. Okay, see, if you, for example, you can see, if you play this video, you can see how they have written this code. So if it is copy pasted or if it is typed by themselves, everything you will understand from here. So you can play it as a video, you can go through all the students one by one from here, you can select the student name, and then you can play the video and see how they have done the project. That is the live session. Okay, so this is one of the major feature that we are launching for the next academic year. That is by September, this feature will be available. All right, so I would like to, yeah. So yeah, before we conclude, I would like to ask one final question. So there is a poll question. You can, yeah. So what would most encourage you to use the platform regularly? That is my question. So as you already saw the major features in our platform, so you can give some answers based on your feedback. Okay, whether it is easy access to content or simple assignment process, better tracking of students, or all-in-one solution, which one will encourage you to use our platform? Okay, I think we can go to the responses now. Okay, all-in-one solution. That's great. Okay, thank you. So actually, if you look at the results, it's clear that the teachers really value is simplicity, easy access to content, better tracking of students, and having everything in one place. So that is all-in-one solution. So this is what we have been focusing on throughout the session. But the real value comes when you start using it in your actual classroom. So in your next classroom, I encourage you to you to just try one simple step, open a lesson, assign one activity, and check the student submissions. Okay, once you assign, you get one and ask them to submit a challenge or a quiz, and then you can check their work and see how is it going. Or simply you can try out the my project section so that it will be more useful for you. Okay, then once you start using it, you will naturally see how it fits into your teaching and makes your work easier. And of course, we are always here to support you whenever you need any help.
Mr. Shardas, we've got some questions quickly. Can we just answer
Yeah.
some in the chat? Okay. So we've got
Okay.
one person said, do we have to provide the ID to the students or they log in from their account and we can see? Students need to log in from their account and access the live sessions and join the session.
Yes, if it is live session, they have to log into Qubits platform using their account, and then they need to go to the live session and start. That's how it is.
Okay. Okay, we've got, you mean the books program will not be available once if students submitted assessments or quizzes, let's say they are graded, does this platform sum the overall grades per student?
Yes, actually, we have a report section here. If you go to this reports, we have like you can get the student reports from here. So there are different options. If you want to get it like assignment wise, you can click on this assignment, and all the assignments will be available here. You can get the assignments, or if you want to get it like individual student report, you will get it from here. And all like the individual student report, these are all like you can export this as well. If you go to this course and grade book, you have all the reports available here, and you have an option for exporting the data. So whatever evaluation or grading you are doing, everything is stored here, and you can export the data, or you can access the reports from the reports tab.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if there's any other questions. Somebody has said, you mean the books and program will not be available when school starts at the end of August? Yes, of course, it's available now. Anytime our books and the program is available all the time. Okay, so I hope that's answered your question. And what I would like to say is that please feel free to reach out to us. This is our email, okay, with our phone number. I hope that you have. Why are we unable to access sorry, there's another question, Shajas. Why are we unable to access individual student reports with detailed task information?
It is available. It is if you go to the reports and then student report, you will have the list of all the students here. And then if you click on the full report, you can see how many assignments they have assigned, how many challenges, or I mean the quizzes and challenges they have submitted, and the score of each and everyone. Everything you will be able to find it from here. So you can go to
Okay.
the reports and then get student report, then click on the full report.
Okay. Somebody has said it would be better if you could give the admin access to add and delete students. Set a cut-off limit to max out the limit.
Yes, actually, admin dashboard that we already discussed as the new
Mm.
feature. We are providing you the access to
Yes,
for the
yes,
admin
we've already
dashboard, and
covered that.
yeah, you'll be able to add the quiz students. You'll be able to manage the roster. Actually, you can remove and add. You can change the section. Everything you'll be able to do.
Okay. Is there any other questions that you would like to quickly answer? How can I assign program per level, or there are guides for each level?
Each level, in the sense, if you are looking at like grade level, actually all the assignments are already grade level here. So for example, if you're looking for grade 4 or grade 5, you can go open the grade 5 course from here, okay, or a grade 3 course, and then you can assign it to your for example, if you while you're assigning a challenge from here, you will only see the grade 3 sections here. You will not see any other grade levels, and you can select the students from here and then assign it. That's how you can do it.
Okay. So it only shows the final score, not the details of the entire quiz or challenge.
No, it will. You mean the reports? So if you want to get the entire details, you can come here in the challenges tab and then open the challenge. Then you will get all the details. Same for quizzes also. So that's how you can get it. If you want to get the more details, the report section is for getting the marks. If you want to get the reports based on the marks or analysis or anything, you can go to the reports. Otherwise, you can if you want to get more details about the challenges or quizzes, you can come here and then check it.
Okay. One last thing quickly. Is it possible for an instructor to access a student's account? And are there any associated permission for such action to log students' user in one click during session?
Actually, we are sharing the username and passwords with the teachers for, I mean, of the students. So you can, if you want to log in with a student account and see what is there, you can log in and check it from there. That's just username and password is required. And for students, for logging in, already we have different options like single sign-on, QR code login, class code login. We have all these options. So based on your requirement, we can set it up how the students should log in.
Okay, and
And I
how
would like
can,
to,
sorry.
yeah, I would like to add one point here based on the previous question. So, if you have any doubts in accessing the reports or seeing the how to view the challenge submissions and quizzes, or anything in related to the platform, we are providing the tutorials here. So, if you click on this tutorials, you can watch the tutorial videos of everything related to the platform with step-by-step instructions. So this is available for both teachers and students. So you can come here and check out if you have any doubts.
One last quick one is how can I access to the question bank?
Yeah, the question bank, as I said, if you just want to assign what we have already, what we are providing here, then you can come here and then you can go to this quiz, assign it directly to the students. Otherwise, you will have to add the quizzes by yourself by enabling this edit mode. So while you like, there is an option for adding the quizzes. So if you use that option, then you will be able to access the question bank and add the questions by yourself.
Okay. Can the platform work with the current curriculum, or Qubits has its own curriculum?
Qubits has its own curriculum. That is what we are providing through the platform. But if you have specific, like if you have a requirement on specific topics or anything, we can support you in mapping our content with you.
Can we modify for students of determination?
Yes, that's what I told you. We have actually, we already have the differentiation in our curriculum. These challenges are arranged based on the difficulty level. You can assign the challenges to the students. For example, the challenge one, you can assign only to the slow learners, and challenge two for the fast learners. So you can assign the challenges based on the student level. That is possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like to add one last point also, that we do, of course, offer teacher training all the time. So there is no issues with that. We obviously do that. So constantly we can do teacher training for you in the schools. That's not a problem. And as I said, feel free to reach out to us. This is our email and this is our contact number. Okay. How many teacher training sessions? One last question. Yes, first of all, there are physical books, of course. Yes, we do provide physical books. How many teacher training sessions?
There is no limit in teacher
There's no
training
limit.
session. Yeah, there is no limit. How many you need, we are happy to provide.
One last point. What is meant by lowering the grade level for curriculum modification?
Actually, for curriculum modification based on as like for example, if I talk about the new feature that we are launching, that is the course customization by the teachers. So let's say as per our curriculum, we have a let's talk about DigiPro level 3. So we have designed that book especially for grade 3 students. Or if you, so for example, if you want to modify this course with some lessons from the previous grade level, that is from grade 1 or grade 2, you can add the lessons by yourself as a teacher. So that is that is what we are providing as a new feature. So these things, these kind of customization is available and it is possible to do within the platform itself.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so thank you very much for attending. I would just like to say a couple of things before we completely finish. Okay. We will be sending, first of all, a recording of this webinar to you alongside the certificate of attendance. And I would just like to say that we will be doing another webinar on May the 6th. And you can see the details here. This will be on teaching with AI. Okay. So we do hope that you'll be able to join us for that. We look forward to seeing you again for this because it will be very good if you can attend for us. Okay. And thank you so much for your time today. There is a registration link in the chat box as well for this webinar. And we hope to see you there as well. Thank you. Thank you very much for attending. We appreciate it.